Good morning, Pastor Miller. How are you today?
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
All right. Can you guys see me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Wonderful.
We're live, guys. Good morning again, Sister Bettina. Again, Brother Duke. Good morning, Pastor Miller.
Good morning. I'm having to kick Clarence off of his computer because for some reason mine is just not acting right.
Okay.
Battery high. Connected to.
Good morning and welcome to our third Wednesday Parent Resource Chat. We are glad that you've joined us. We have an exciting new community resource to share with you today. But before I get so far ahead of myself, let me stop and establish protocol by recognizing our Oak Hill Regional Community Development Center leadership, who has so graciously allowed us to bring this information to you. By the way, for those of you who are watching, no, I'm not Pastor Minor. He has agreed to let me represent him today, and I'm very honored to do that. And I want to give recognition to our president, Jennifer Garrett, to the executive director, Pastor Michael O'Miner, to our project director, Lottie Miner, and to our wonderful technological and metrics director, Thomas Duke Robinson III. Excuse me, Duke II. As you can see, I am a little nervous this morning. So let me just take a deep breath and calm down. Again, a welcome to the show. And we have Pastor Andrew Miller, who is with us today. And she'll share with you just a little bit about Pastor Andrew Miller. He is the anointed pastor of the New Fellowship Baptist Church, located at 1175 West Roscoe Road in South Haven, Mississippi. Pastor Miller also serves as the president of the North Mississippi Ministerial Association. He's the director of youth with the Hammond Hill Congress of Christian Education. He's married to Sandra D. Cobb Miller, and they have two sons, Terrence and Adrian. Two of his favorite songs are Serving the Lord Will Pay Off, along with I Won't Complain. He is retired from the Defense Depot in Memphis, the Army National Guard, and the DeSoto County Sheriff's Department in Hernando, Mississippi. Pastor Miller is serving his 5th term as an alderman in the city of Hernando, where he was the first Black elected in the city of Hernando back in 1989. And now he is the only Black serving in an elected office in the city of Hernando. And he gives God the glory. And he's here today to talk to you about a new leadership mentoring program for juveniles that's being organized by the DeSoto County's Judge H. Craig Treadway. Again, Pastor Miller, welcome to our show today.
Thank you, Sister Campbell. Thank you for the introduction. And thank you for your leadership team for allowing me this opportunity. I'll give a brief overview, then we'll just open it up for question and answer. Just for a brief background, in DeSoto County, in the DeSoto County, Mississippi, we have 8 courts in DeSoto County, Mississippi. We have our adult drug court. We have our chancery court, and also our circuit court, and our county court, and our justice court, and our juvenile court. And up on our juvenile court, we also have a juvenile drug court. But we want to focus today on the program called mentoring. And mentoring youth is a program that has been provided and can provide to help improve our youth self-esteem, their academic achievement, and their peer relationship, and also to help them to reduce their drug use, their aggressiveness, and all kind of delinquent acts that they might have. And having been involved in the DeSoto County drug court system and also the youth court for almost 17 years, part of that time was when I served as a deputy sheriff in the courts, and I seen firsthand a lot of the things that our youth went through. And so after my retirement, I became involved as a mentor to youth. And one thing that is lacking in our system here in DeSoto County is positive role model for our youth, and especially the Black male. And so hopefully that for the program that Treadway is getting started, they had many different programs before, but now they're going to have it more structured. And so I'll tell you more about that later on. But the main thing is try to get people involved and know that there's definitely a need to get involved. And the church can get involved with our mentoring program is they can contact the executive, they can contact Ricky Oval. She handles the day-to-day operation at the youth court there, and I'll provide you with her contact information before I close. But it's definitely something that we as a church and from the faith-based community can definitely be involved in. Judge Treadway has sent out a letter and a request asking that people meet him on May the 21st. On May the 26th. And we'll give you that address and location before we close. But there is a definite need, and what you would do in order to come involved in any mentorship program is just be willing to give yourself some time to youth. What they will do, they'll do a background screen on you and also go over things that you like to do. And then they will try to match up a youth that's compatible with you, that you will be able to have some things in common with them. And it don't require that much time, a couple hours a week, telephone calls, but and you want to share with them some of the responsibility, just even some of your background. And it's going to be very structured on the thing that they're going to be asking. But really, it's just being a big brother to our youth. And they will give you the guideline, the perimeter on some of the things you can and cannot do. But you'll go through a process, a screening process with them. But you'll be able to get more information on it. The main thing we do is looking for people that are willing to provide time to our youth. Because by working in the system, I've seen children go from youth court to end up on the criminal side. And we can stop that pipeline if we become more involved with our youth by giving up our time. And as I said earlier, it don't require that much time, just a few hours a week. And a few hours a week will make an impact in a child's life. And the results of that, by you spending that time, you can take that at-risk youth and can result in that child not being a dropout, and not only not being a dropout, but that child will be able to, go to college or go to school simply because of your involvement with them. And also, you will be able to share the gospel with that child. It is faith-based, as our judge said in Isaiah 40 and 31, and this is coming from Judge Treadway, said, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint." So Judge Treadway is a faith-based judge, and you will be able to share those type things with the youth. And Brother Clarence, I'm looking in the chat box. You are correct. It is similar to the Big Brother and Big Sister program. And like I said, we will be leaving information in the chat on how you will be able to contact Ricky for more information and on how to sign up and what to do. And that's just kind of overview of it. The thing that I was doing in the past with other mentoring, a lot of they getting ready to change now because they are going in a different direction, but it's going to have basically the same elements in it. And that's they also will make sure that they were going to do a background check on anyone that's going to volunteer, and you'll have a questionnaire to fill out, just like I said earlier, that's dealing with some of the things that you like to do, because they want to make sure that whatever youth that they place with you, that they will make it compatible to that youth. And you must be an adult, so the minimum age for volunteers you have to be over 21 to volunteer. I think I just seen that question pop up. Let me get the date and time of the upcoming meeting.
Pastor Miller, does it have to be just males, or females going to be in this program also?
It could be male and female. I was just saying that the ones that really lacking is our male, but the mentoring program is open up to male and female, because we do have in our youth court, we have male and female. I was just being specific towards the black male, because we are some of the last one to volunteer, to serve. And I understand some of the reason because of scheduling, but there is a definite need for that black role model. But male and female are definitely needed.
Is there, so you're going to leave the information in the chat for where we would sign up if we want to be a mentor, and then they would contact us? Or you mentioned a special meeting on May 26th. Can you will be able to give us the location of that?
Yeah, it's going to be a meeting on May the 26th at 6 p.m. at the Maples Memorial United Methodist Church in Olive Branch, Mississippi. And you will be able to, if you want to, you can respond by the 21st if you desire to be in attendance at that meeting.
And where do we respond, sir?
You can respond to Ricky Ogle, that's RIKKI OGLE, at, here's her email. Her email is rotean4031@gmail.com. That's roteam4031@gmail.com. And she will, give you all the other information that you would need for that. And like I said, they revamping the program now. And like I said, I met with her on yesterday for a few minutes, and I thought she was gonna have some more information emailed to me today, but she wasn't able to provide it to me yet. But definitely, if you're interested in the mentoring program at all, I ask you, please be at that meeting. And after that meeting, whatever information that we can be able to provide, we'll email it back out to your leadership team. And we want to disseminate that to our churches, because we definitely want to get our churches involved into these programs to help and assist our youth.
I think this is a wonderful program. You know, at Oak Hill, we have a program called Healthy Kids Mississippi, and where we help them to get Medicaid or CHIP. But our aim is to mentor the whole child, to be able to provide for them and help them to develop. That old adage, it takes a village to raise a child. We want to be a part of that village so that we can help someone. So are there any questions or any concerns about the program? Because it sounds like a wonderful program. Having been part of mentoring programs before, I know how rewarding it can be, not only for the child, but for the person that's the mentee or mentor. So if we have any questions, you can either put them in the chat or you can open up your mic and you can ask your questions at this time.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Good morning. Do you have a
This is Lot
question?
Martin. I want to acknowledge, yes, ma'am, I do want to acknowledge
Well, while we're waiting for Sister Minor, I want to say that with all that is going on in these
Can you hear
children's
me now?
lives already, and then the exacerbation of the pandemic and what it has caused, I think that it's a wonderful time. And I think the church is an awesome place to bring a program like this. If you have the time, make the time to allow yourself to become involved in some of these young people's lives. It will be rewarding, not only for you and the child, but it for their families. And it will definitely benefit the community in the long run, because you will help to create a productive and engaged citizen. So again, if you have the time, please become involved, because we want our children to be as whole and as healthy as they can be, and not just sit on the sidelines and criticize about what is not going on right with them, but be a part of making their lives wonderful and enriched. And certainly, I heard one of the things that I like, Pastor Miller, as you said, that it is faith-based. And we can invite our young people to come to church with us. We can invite their families to come to church with us. And we can help them to be able to understand that the word is not just some old tool or some words written down long ago, but it is a roadmap by which they can live their lives, and they can have whole and successful and happy lives. Are there any other?
Can you hear?
Yes, I can now.
Okay, wonderful. I'm sorry, my microphone got on there. We wanted to acknowledge Ms. Regional CDC. And as we were logging on to this webinar, she was sharing information of the very thing that we're talking about. She just sent an email. So I want to mention some of the people that she did mention in her email. I think Pastor Miller may have mentioned some of them. I want to make sure we've covered Reverend Stephen Sparks, who's the pastor of Maples United Methodist Church. And then
I'm afraid we lost you again, Sister Minor. I'm just looking. Are you back with us, Sister Minor? I'm just looking in the chat from Ms. Carol Black. She said that in Tupelo area, there is a mentoring program and it's a 501c3. It's called Real Men Stand Up. And the focus is on helping youth, in particular Black males. So if someone's in Tupelo area is interested, this is an opportunity for you also to explore and to participate. This program will not only be able to help them with relationships, but Pastor said academics and employment. So it's going to create a wholeness in the person's life. Sometimes we just focus on, as churches, we want to focus on saving their souls. But in order to save their souls, we have to realize that man is a triune being, and that there's a physical part, there's an emotional part, or mental part, and then there's a spiritual part. And we have to be able to feed all of that, those, in order to be able to truly help a person to become a well-rounded human being, and to be able to work and have work and play and live in Hernando, Mississippi, as a functioning human being and as a contributing human being to society. And we have information in the chat about the DeSoto County Youth Court team. So if again, it's at 6 p.m. at Maples Memorial United Methodist Church in Olive Branch, Mississippi, and you can RSVP to Ricky Ogle. And we have the her email address there. So please think about becoming involved in this program. Pastor Miller has told you what a wonderful feeling that he and an enriched feeling that he has in his life about being a mentor, and the positive experience that he had, and that he's going to continue to be a mentor. So reach out if you have any questions about the program. Reach out to Miss Ricky Ogle, and also I'm sure that those of you, Pastor, wouldn't mind you reaching out to him also, if you want to get someone who can give you an in-depth feeling, an in-depth understanding of what it means to be a mentor and the feeling that you get from being a mentor. So if there are no questions or if there are no comments.
Sister Bettina?
Yes.
Can you hear me? I am so sorry. Technology issues.
Okay.
Don't know how much you all heard of what I was trying to say earlier. I apologize that technology is not being agreeable, but this is Lottie Minor, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Sister Bettina and Pastor Miller and everyone behind the scenes on this, Brother Duke. We want to make sure that we acknowledge Jennifer Garrett, our Oak Hill Regional CDC Board Chair. Her son, Joel, is on the staff at Maples United Methodist Church, working with this program. We also want to acknowledge Pastor Stephen Sparks. I think Pastor Miller may have mentioned him as well previously. They're the folks at Maples United Methodist who are helping to spearhead this. This is not denominational. It is ecumenical. Anybody can be involved in it, but we do want to acknowledge that particular church and the leadership there, as well as our board chair. Just going back to Healthy Kids Mississippi one more time, Brother Duke, if you're able to spotlight our flyer for Healthy Kids, please do that for me if you can. All right, so remember, you've heard Sister Campbell and Pastor Miller speak beautifully about the fact that we want our children to be whole, and we want to help our parents to help the children. We are a triune being, mind, body, and spirit. And so having health insurance can help on two of those three things, on the mind and on the body, including help for mental illness. Because sometimes when our children act out, it is a mental illness. And there's more mental illness now, as Sister Bettina has said, during this pandemic than there has ever been. So insurance can help with that. People need coverage. So remember, Healthy Kids Mississippi, if you or your family member needs insurance, and this is both Medicaid and CHIP, the number to call is 662-298-3584. Some families qualify for Medicaid, which is basically for the most needy families. Others qualify for CHIP, which is for those families who have a little bit more income. So if someone doesn't have insurance, someone that you know, please refer them to us. We have assisters that are waiting and ready to help. Folks who don't qualify for it, we can always push them over to apply for insurance through the marketplace at Get Covered Mississippi. Folks who don't qualify for either one of those, we're going to try to encourage them to go to a federally qualified community health center where they can obtain the gamut of health care and see a provider, get their prescriptions, whatever the case may be. And they see people on a sliding scale based on income. So again, Healthy Kids Mississippi, 662-298-3584. August 15th is the last day to sign up for the SEP for Get Covered Mississippi, which is Marketplace. And what we mean by SEP is if you have had a life-changing circumstance due to COVID. It could be a job loss, really a life-changing circumstance due to anything, to be honest, due to anything. A life-changing circumstance due to anything, really. 662-298-3584. August 15th is the last day for this special enrollment period. All right, Brother Duke, thank you for showing that. And you all see the website, getcoveredms.org for that. Sister Bettina, Pastor Miller is back in your hands. I just wanted to jump in and say those few things. I'm going to turn my mic off.
Thank you for sharing. We really appreciate that. It's important that families have insurance, because if you're not healthy, you can't work, and you can't play, you can't do a variety of things. So again, please reach out if you need help. Again, Pastor Miller, again, we want to thank you for bringing this information to us about this awesome new program that's going to be in DeSoto County, benefiting our children here. And please, as I said, if you've been a mentor, you know how wonderful an experience it is. If you haven't, trust me, it is very rewarding. And if you make the time, don't just have the time, make the time to get committed to some of these young children, to change their lives so that they can be whole and healthy and happy.
Sister Bettina, I'd like to share the letter that Judge Treadway sent out also. Okay. And as I said earlier, and there again to reiterate that this is faith-based, he starts the letter out with Isaiah 40:31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. As Judge of the DeSoto County Youth Court, I have the honor of extending this invitation to be a partner in the founding of Team 4031. Team 4031 is a program with the mission of enabling young people of DeSoto County to be responsible, accountable, and productive citizens. The team will accomplish this goal by creating a partnership between successful adults and willing young people, which nurture hope, create opportunity, and provide a path to success. We are excited to be working with two national experts in mentoring and youth development. We need adult leaders that will work with our young people and foster their hope in the Lord so that they will grow strong and not become weary in their journey to becoming the best version of themselves. If this sounds like the opportunity you've been waiting on, then we need you. Please respond by Friday, May the 21st, 2021 by emailing Ricky Over, that's RIKKIOGLE at ROTEAM4031 I place that information also in the chat. And that's from the Youth Court Judge Treadway.
Sister Bettina and Pastor Miller.
Yes.
May I interrupt one more time?
Yes.
Okay. Again, this is faith-based, but we certainly are not forcing anyone on the faith-based side. This is just the background.
It's open to everyone.
It's open to everyone. They don't have to do anything faith-based. But since this particular webinar is speaking to the faith-based community, we want to make sure that folks understood that. But it's open to anyone. If mentees choose not to go to church with their mentor, if they don't want to hear the faith-based part, they certainly don't have to. Now, I want to acknowledge Miss Teresa Zayas, who is here with us from CMS. And Teresa, I apologize. I did not realize you were on the call. I just noticed your name. If you would like to speak to us, you are more than welcome to unmute yourself. Brother Duke, if you will spotlight Teresa, if she'd like to turn on her camera, please give her an opportunity to speak to us from CMS, Centers for Medicaid Services. Teresa?
Good morning, and thank you for the invitation. Thank you for having me. And I heard already the comments regarding to the marketplace and Medicaid. It's like, you said having health insurance coverage is good not only for the body, but also for the soul and emotional being of the person, because we are complicated, beings. We're not only one thing, and sometimes we forget that. So thank you so much for sharing and spreading the word on the marketplace. And anything that I can do to support your efforts, let me know. I have a question though. I see, that you're doing a mentoring program, and I was thinking, well, I live in Lawrenceville, Georgia. How can I mentor someone from Mississippi? Have you considered virtual mentoring for these individuals?
Yes, ma'am. We can make that happen.
Okay, so then come in and let me know how can I join your meetings virtually, and I will be more than happy to be part of this initiative.
We will make sure that there are Zoom links available for the general meeting.
Oh, great.
And then once you are, once a mentee is assigned to you, or once you select a mentee, we would assist you and that person in meeting virtually. We would provide whatever we need to provide from Oak Hill Regional CDC to that child so that they will be able to meet with you in a virtual setting, because we know they may not have those things in their home.
And also, exactly. And also, I was thinking about that, because as a mentee, sometimes when you're a one-on-one and in person, you might have some resources that you can share with your youth. And I want to see, I don't know if you can think, okay, that maybe there may be an account that a mentor can send some funding or something for that child, or, because I'm not able to be in person with that individual, but I wanted also to provide them with some experiences that they might not be able to have if they don't have a mentor. And sometimes that takes funding. And just thinking outside the box to see how can we make that happen.
Sure. I think Judge Treadway's office might be able to help us with that, because sometimes these are families that may be, there may be custody issues involved.
Okay.
I think Judge Treadway can probably guide us in the best way to do that, because we want to make sure that the funds go directly to the child,
okay,
or to whoever the guardian is, to ensure that the funds are used appropriately.
Exactly,
So,
because we don't know the moment that funding is given, you don't know if they're using it really on the child. Or
Yes,
maybe if it's something that then we can buy directly from the vendor for the child.
Have it shipped, yes.
So thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. We can work on that. Thank you for being here, Teresa, and we thank you for all the
My
work
pleasure.
and all the help that you've given us over the years to help us be successful in helping the families in Mississippi. Don't know how we could have done it without you.
No, but you're the heroes. You're the one down there. You're face to face. You're our shield. I call them. You're the ones that take all the heat and and all, you know, and also you get the satisfaction of helping people. So
Yes,
for me, you're the heroes. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Sister Bettina?
Thank you so much. I, for those of you who are listening, that's a wonderful example that you don't have to be on site in Hernando, Mississippi to be able to help these young people. If you truly have the heart for helping and you have the ability and the access to do it through virtual, we are going to be working out ways with Dr. Treadway and his program to make sure that if you truly want to be involved, you can be involved. Again, thank you, Pastor Miller. Thank you, Sister Minor, for your participation. Thank you, Duke, for making sure that the technology is right. Because again, as we talk, and technology is not always our friend. So thank you for being there to help us. Thank you, everyone who joined us today, whether it was via Zoom or through Facebook or YouTube. We again welcome you and we thank you for your participation. We hope that we have said something that has benefited you. And we talked a lot about the fact that we want to help these young people. Let me also to the parents say that if you have a child that you think may be appropriate for this program, I'm not sure what all of the guidelines are, but reach out to Ricky Ogle and find out what the guidelines are and find out if, as a parent, you might be able to recommend your child for this program to catch them before they actually get into trouble. So again, thank you. The information for finding out more about how you can be a part of the program is again May 26th at 6 p.m. at Maples Memorial United Methodist Church in Olive Branch. You can go there and you can find out the information. I'm not sure, they may, if you can't be there and physically, they maybe have a way virtually that you can also participate. So I'll give them a call and find out what how best you can participate and how best you can be a part of the overall program. Again, thank you so very much. For those of you who are
before you close, I'd like to say one thing, please.
Yes.
This is Maria Morris. I work with the Community Health Center Association of Mississippi, and I was informed about a resource that's available for individuals, particularly those that are in the category that we're targeting relative to health insurance, that there is resource available for internet and computer equipment if you need it. And it's through a federal program that's now available where you can get a discount on your internet service or get a computer. But there are cable providers, internet providers in your local area that is participating in the program. So reach out to whether you have Xfinity, Comcast, or whoever you might have in your area to see if they're participating in this federal program that is providing access to internet, broadband internet, as well as computers. And this is of course, because of the pandemic and because of now the more of an intense need for internet connections as well as computers. So that's a resource that I feel like we need to know more about, that you probably don't know about, but connect with your local cable providers and to see if they're participating in the program. If you need any additional information on that, I will put my phone number in the chat, and that way you can contact me and I can provide you that.
Thank you so much.
So let's acknowledge. I'm sorry. Let's make sure everyone knows that Maria is with the Community Healthcare Association of Mississippi, who partners with Oak Hill Regional CDC in both Healthy Kids Mississippi as well as Get Covered Mississippi. And to put her organization's title in everyday terms, that is the group of federally qualified community health centers that assist people with getting health care, again, as I mentioned earlier, seeing a provider, getting a prescription, getting a referral, whatever is necessary, particularly those individuals who do not have insurance. They will see folks who have insurance. Am I right, Maria? But if they don't
That's
have
right. We
insurance,
like to help people with insurance, but if you happen not to have it, you just come in. We see you based on income and a sliding fee scale. So that means if you have no income, you potentially could get a free visit. The other thing too, when you come with insurance and you have a problem with the copay, is not a problem at the health center. So I appreciate Ms. Minor giving that shout out for our health centers throughout the state.
thank you, Maria. All right, Sis Bettina, I promise I won't interrupt you again. I promise this time.
You're
Cross my
not, you're not
fingers.
bothering me. Interrupt me with wonderful information like that we're sharing, because we want to be able to have our families have all the information that they need, again, to have a healthy and enriched life. So thank you for everyone who's had anything to say and provide some wonderful information for our families. And again, for those of you who are on Facebook or on YouTube, thank you, and you have a blessed day. For those of you who are on Zoom, if you would just stay a few minutes for what we can wind down, we would appreciate it. Duke, let us know when we are ready. Thank you.
I've got